Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We took a couple weeks off, but we want to welcome y'all back to the Who You Talking To show. We got me. I'm from the To Be Fair show. You know what I mean? Old hair real. And we got my illustrious,
What am I?
hey, god damn.
I'm old
Oh,
head senior. You know what
I
I
was
mean?
finna-
He gonna stutter on me. He don't want y'all to know who I am. You know what
what?
I mean? He one of them other like them other one them haters. You know
That's
what I
what it
mean? He
is.
don't want to give me my props. You know what I
That,
mean?
what props do you
You know what I
deserve, bro?
mean?
Props for what?
I gave you my face, bro.
Oh,
Dang,
okay,
I mean, what
okay,
else could
okay.
I give you?
I
I
hear
gave
you.
how many niggas done gave a nigga their face though?
I would assume it's been plenty. I don't know
Really?
what kind of
Oh, okay.
kudos you trying to
All
get
right.
off something like that.
But
But we this episode 7. You know what I mean? We took 2 weeks off, try to get some things in order. You know what I mean? Trying to get some things in order. We kind of gonna come with a different, I want to say, a different feel, a different um content base. And I want to start. Actually, I'm gonna start, man. Well, actually, how you feeling first? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. Got a little work done today. I feel
Mm.
better when I get some work done. So I mean, I ain't even. I felt so good in my work clothes today. I ain't even want to take them off. So I ain't
Oh,
even go. Went home,
want to
but
make it
didn't
look
put
like
no
you got a
clothes
damn
on.
job.
Hey, hey, at least I ain't have to have no nap though.
Well, bro, what's wrong with a nap? I
Just
don't get how you hate on a
oh
nap, bro. A
oh.
nap be fire. Check
Okay.
midweek. So midweek, you take that nap on that good Wednesday. You can't say that don't boot you. It gets you right.
Midweek.
Yeah, if you get
Nigga,
that nap,
you take a nap every day. You the
that's just not
only
true. You just go,
35-year-old
you
nigga
just
I
go make
know
some shit up. That's
that
how we
get
do it.
off work every day and take a nap
All right, I just
before
want to make,
he do anything else.
bro. I be needing to see because the thing is, when I get off work, I come home to parenting. Something you know what I'm talking about. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing about that. You go and make up some work to do in the damn yard or going when we back in the day.
Make up some work.
Make up some work, bro. You was building cars and shit because you ain't want to interact with the family. Fact or fiction?
Oh, okay.
Fact or fiction?
Okay. No, I was building cars and shit because I was still growing as a young man with nobody to reflect on how you do this thing. So
Mm.
I was selfish. I didn't
Uh,
realize I was selfish, but that's what I wanted to do. So that's what I was doing. But
mm.
then again, to tell the truth about the thing, any of the old heads out there that's around my age will tell you that we didn't do that shit. It
What's
was
that?
unheard of.
Talking about spend time with your family?
Babysitting y'all dusty ass.
Dusty.
Yeah,
Hey,
babysitting y'all
as a
dusty
matter
ass.
of
That
fact,
was a
I'm glad.
woman's job. Now, and I'm not making light of it because
Mhm.
that's a lot of fucking work,
Yeah,
especially hard head niggas like you.
y'all was
It was
fucking up.
hard.
Y'all was
You know what
fucking
I'm
up.
saying? So I didn't have no, you know what I mean? My dad, that's what he did. He
Mm.
worked. He was out working on cars or whatever he want. He was good with his hand. That's what men did.
Yeah.
See, y'all the one got all this new shit.
No, no,
You know
no.
what I mean?
We the ones that prioritize family.
Oh,
And
that's
and,
what
and,
it
and, and
is.
what I got into earlier, man, it was dope. So I took Nana, me and Nana went to go see Moana 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Went to go see Moana 2. And the crazy thing, bro, I teared up. I actually shed tears in that sun, man, probably about 4 or 5 times. It was crazy. It was crazy. And as
It,
I'm sitting there shedding the tears, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck am I crying about? You know what I mean? What am I crying about? And as the movie's going on, I'm sitting there, I'm watching the movie, Nana's enjoying it, and I'm literally what it boiled down to was I was like, damn, man, all I ever wanted when I was a youngin was to spend time with my pops. It literally boiled down to that. It was crazy because I'm sitting in there and I'm like, man, I'm sitting here with my daughter doing something that I always wished I could have had growing up. And it was like, it was a and not a s- it was two ways I took it. It was like, okay, well, I wish I would have had this with my pops and I didn't. But then it was almost like, okay, I actually can give I appreciate because you can learn from the things that you had and things that you didn't have. Like I know a lot of guys that didn't have their pops around, but not having their pops around molded them to be the best dads they could ever be. And they're doing great jobs. And that was something that was like, you know what I mean? It was a thing. Like literally, I shed tears in that joint like 4 or 5 different times, and I just let them run. And I'm glad it was dark so everybody couldn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't a place where they could see me. Nah, she didn't know. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I'm sitting in there like, damn, man. I remember we went to the movies one time in my entire life. What did we go see?
I don't even remember.
We went to go see Mortal Kombat.
Ah,
We went to go see the first Mortal Kombat movie.
yeah.
No, it was Annihilation, actually. We went to go see Mortal Kombat Annihilation. That was the only time we ever been to the movies in my entire life. And you know the crazy thing is I actually got mom to buy it on VHS. That was a memory that I just, you know what I mean? I wanted to keep playing. And it was crazy because like a lot of as men, we wanted to have that time with our dads. And for whatever reason, I know it's probably based in y'all upbringing, y'all didn't value like spending time with your kids. And I want to say shout out to my homies, man, because they and actually all of the fathers out there that's you know what I mean, being more intentional and like spending time with their kids because it makes a world of a difference. You know what I mean? And your boy and your daughters and your sons. It makes a world of a difference.
You know I'm an asshole, right?
Oh, I know it.
Okay. I'm just so you know, they might not know, but you know I'm an asshole.
Yeah,
So, you know, first of all, before I get on my assholey shit,
yeah.
I'm gonna do this. When like the story I done told you many times, and I think they done heard me say it at least one time.
Mm,
That's what happened to me when I was trying to tell you I love you the first time.
mm,
Because I had gave you the Monte Carlo. You got that flat. It got
mm-hmm.
stuck over there. They
The
had to
bowling
tow
alley
it.
on
I
North
had to go
Tryon.
get it.
Yeah, yeah.
All that. Yeah. And I was embarrassed. And it hurt me because here I am. Everybody who know me know that I can do pretty much anything to a car. Pull the motor, transmission, put it back,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And my son can't change a damn tire.
Mm-hmm.
So that let me know how fucked up I was.
Yeah.
So it was embarrassing. It was heart wrenching, all of that at one time. Just like I say, the first time I tried to tell you I love you, I felt the same way you felt when you were sitting there. That's why
I see what you're saying.
when you said what you was trying to say, and you paused for a minute, I almost interjected because I could tell you what you was finna say before you said it because I lived it already.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But that's what I was wanting to say. But then on the other side of that, though, on the other side of that, I need to ask you a question.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. What's
You know
up?
what I mean?
What's up?
I want to know: is you a daddy's boy, or what would you consider yourself?
Hmm. That's a good question.
I know it is.
That's a good question. I think that what it is that like that's a good question. I don't know whether I'm a daddy's boy or a mama's boy. I think I probably would lean more towards this is what I'll say. I'll say that there's probably not a man child that doesn't long for the attention from their father their entire lives. So I think that that's natural. You want to be with your father, and a lot of the time, your pops back in the day, he'd drop you off at somebody's house so that you can get
Guilty.
out the fucking way, and so he can be selfish, as you said, and do whatever it is that he wanted to do, which was probably chasing some ass.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? They put you on the back burner, but I think that naturally, as a man child, you long for a relationship with your father.
Facts.
I think girls do too, or women do too, but I think it's just different with boys. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because you, especially with us looking so much like people say that your whole life, and it's like, you know what I mean? What are these? What are the things that I'm actually getting from him?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I don't know how to answer the question. I think that as I've gotten older, I've become more of like as I become more masculine because I was raised by a single mother, so I know a lot of that the softness
And
and
they
all
don't
that stuff was there.
and they don't understand that thing comes into play.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like that was why back in the day, like, or at least I assume back in the day when they used to send you to go live with your dad, it was because I can't teach you how to be a man. But in today's time, we believe something completely different. I don't think that a woman can teach a man how to be a man. I think a woman can raise a good person.
Mhm.
But as far as being a man, that's something that can only be translated through manhood, in my opinion.
I agree.
And so yeah,
I
so I
agree.
stand on that, and that's another thing. Like there's
Because men do things in a certain way because they're men. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I'm with men move a certain way, and other men recognize that when a man move in a certain way, that's a man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And women can't recognize it, and nor
Teach it.
do they. If you can't recognize it, how you gonna teach it?
Yeah.
You know
It's
what I mean?
just
A
something.
woman know a man when she see a man, but a woman don't know how a man move necessarily to relate to the next man that he's a man.
Or how to
So it's what
hone
I'm
it. You
saying.
can't like
Yeah,
you can't
exactly.
teach the thing that you've never experienced, nor have you. You know what I mean? You can't really teach that. But like my mom did a great job of teaching us how to be good people.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? She did a good
definitely,
job of
definitely.
that. But
I
like
always give
as
her
it
kudos for that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She deserves hella respect for that. And
Mhm.
but over time you have shown me like you were the first my introduction to credit. You know what I mean? My introduction to money management. Mom Dukes ain't teach me nothing about no bread at all. At all. You know what I mean? When it but the things, you know what I mean? As a man, it's like, okay, it's expected of you to protect, provide.
That's
So
right.
providing means that you have to have some kind of savvy because you can't just you know what I mean? You can't provide a structure and a foundation for a family and have foresight in the trajectory of the family if you don't have some financial understanding and literacy.
Exactly.
And I mean, during that time period, you didn't have the most literacy, but what you did know was what was important. You knew that credit was important. You know what I mean? You knew that having some money was important. You know what I mean? Not necessarily what you did with the money, but like you knew that you needed some bread and you
Mm.
knew that you're gonna need
Back
some
then,
credit
yeah.
so that you
Mm-hmm.
can save some bread.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, anyway, ended up getting into banking. And now I appreciate the fact that like everybody called me for the financial advice now. I had Tia hit me up the other day asking me about, whether she should get this personal loan, which institution to go with. And you know what I mean? That was, I appreciate it, man. You called me uh, uh,
So you
for
gonna just lie?
financial.
You just gonna tell a
Oh,
lie?
that's a lie. That was just about 2 days ago, about 48 hours ago.
Yeah,
But
because you understand products, financial
yeah,
products.
and the
See, I
interest.
understand credit, but you understand the actual products from a banking
I done
standpoint.
taught you a thing or two about credit too, but
Oh
I ain't even
Lord.
gonna harp on
Oh,
that. It's
man, get
I.
your shit out the dirt,
I'm
bro.
just
Get your
saying,
shit
bro.
out
You
the
be want
dirt.
all your
I'm
respects.
just
I can't
saying,
get my
get your shit
shits.
out the dirt.
So, but I can't get
You
my
a
shits.
hater. You are
I
a
taught
hater.
you. I taught you about credit. I taught you about credit.
You taught me about products, bro.
I taught you about credit, bro. You
Okay.
knew that it was important to have a good credit score, but you didn't know exactly what weight was this, like your utilization, your time frame of having the credit. Yeah, don't worry about it. I ain't even gotta. I'll give
Okay.
myself my flowers. You
Okay.
ain't
Well
got to
then.
give me
Okay.
none. It's
Okay.
fine. I don't
Okay.
even worry
Okay.
about
Okay. Keep your rosebuds, bro. Check this out.
What's
Check
up?
this
What's
out.
up?
Let, answer this question then,
Yes,
sis.
sir.
Okay. Um. How? Let me see. I can't. I can't. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want to phrase this right quick. I apologize, but
But you ain't got to
uh,
do it just yet because remember you want to
uh,
dive into questions. We was gonna get this other part of the conversation now because remember we were talking about we getting sassy. Are we getting sassy? Men,
men getting sassy.
are we getting sassy? Are we getting soft? We done talked
Uh,
about this previously. There was a hold on. Let me just make sure that they know what we talking about. There was a post about a week ago or so, and the homie was talking about you go and get a haircut, and when you get a haircut, it's disgusting for you to go anywhere after you get a haircut. Uh, you're supposed to go and take another shower. And so I was saying, like, bro, niggas is a little sassy for me. It's a little too pretty.
no,
Like, you go and get a haircut.
you ain't sassy. You is too goddamn pretty. You and your old lady in the mirror fighting for mirror time. If you got to go and take a shower after a haircut, bruh, you finna get, bruh. What you if you get locked up? What you gonna do,
Mm.
bruh? Oh, they gonna be patting you on the ass and everything. You got to go take a shower cause you got a haircut,
and
and
then
you ain't got them soft as cotton. What you, man? Come on.
And then my thing is like I took a shower before I left the crib to go get a haircut. So now I gotta go back
That part,
home.
that part,
I gotta go back home, take a nudding
because you got a haircut.
on my day off.
And don't they got a compressor in the barber shops these days? They blow the hair
They've
off
been
of
had
you
that shit long time. Long
I have never heard of no such. Now, I don't know. Y'all live in y'all in a different time. Y'all live different than we live. If you'd have told your granddaddy that you took a shower after you, he probably would have whooped your ass. I'm just gonna tell you facts. My daddy probably would have whooped your ass if you told him that you took a shower after you had a hair. If he took you to get a haircut and you told him, oh my, yeah, that kind of shit. Ain't no, tell your,
can't even put the words together.
you can't even tell your grandma that you took a shower every time you got a haircut. After you done took a shower already to put your clothes on, you take a shower after you get it. Tell your grandmama that. Whoever's in there, tell him to go tell his grandma he do that.
Hey,
She probably whoop his ass.
hey. So
I don't know what the world coming to, bro.
hey.
See, them guys right there, they
Mm,
was raised by their mamas.
probably so.
They was raised by their mamas.
I don't know. I be seeing the kids now, bro. Like the a lot of the kids I be seeing now, they come out fresh as they be. And I said this on the pod. They be look. Hey, what my boy Lavelle say. His mom had him at the bus stop, looking shiny and new. Hey, these kids' parts be so clean. These kids is bro. They is very pretty. These little boys. I ain't seen a goddamn grass stain in a pair of pants.
Listen, that's why the Spanish people
They
got
killing.
all the jobs.
They killing.
They got all the jobs.
I respect what they doing.
Yeah,
I
they got all the
respect it.
jobs because y'all want to be too pretty.
Yeah,
Y'all want to y'all in the mirror more than your girls is. Getting yourself together, making sure they got the line right, exactly right.
Nah, I'm gonna need
you know
my
what I mean?
lines. I'm gonna need some squares on my shit,
I
bro.
understand.
Hey,
I
I'm gonna need
understand
some
that.
squares on the shit.
That was just an exaggeration of what I'm trying to say.
And you ain't got to worry about that, obviously.
Hey, and you know what though?
Obviously,
you know what though?
you talking shit. You ain't got to worry about that part.
The women that I grew up with and the ones that I know, they don't give a damn about how much hair you got on your head.
And you,
all they
you said on your head. Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
All they care about is if you can tote the note, and the note I can tote. So I don't need no hair on my head. I bet you there ain't a woman on here gonna tell me that they ain't gonna talk to me because I ain't got no hair.
You 72. It's already given. You
but
supposed
I'm
to. That's
still fine though.
but that's supposed to happen.
You lucky to have this bloodline, boy. You lucky to be a part of this bloodline.
Good.
I'm just.
I ain't gonna even.
Bro, how you gonna hate on me? You look just like me.
Bro, I'm not
you ought to say thank you.
Man, ain't no thank you for shit. Anyways, bro, let's go on. I want to. Can we play a meme or something? You gonna get over yourself,
bro.
You gonna get over yourself,
bro. Hey, it ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. I'm just speaking the look, bro.
Man,
look at your old gray ass sitting up here, and then you got to say, "Nigga, look good as me." It's your daddy.
Man, let's go.
How many times you done been told that is we brothers? How many times?
Bro, I'm just. It's done happen. It's done happen many times.
Okay. I just wanted to
you also.
I just wanted to see if you had your little haterade on today.
See, the thing is too is I dress like a grown ass man too. So I got the grades and I present.
America. Excuse me, like America. Listen. So how many of y'all?
You probably maxing out. You ain't got to speak into the joint like that. It's loud as hell. Probably.
Okay, for real. Okay, all right. Well, hey, they know I'm new at this. I'm new at this. I ain't been on no set where I've been talking to nobody. I've been changing oil.
You ain't even changing no
fixing. I've been no. I'm saying.
I know what you're saying, bro. I'm just joking.
I've been changing oil.
You look like you change oil.
Building kitchens, and you know what I mean. I use these. This right here. See, this is what y'all need to get on using these. So women appreciate a man that can fix some shit.
I don't disagree. I honestly
they appreciate a man that can afford to get some shit fixed too.
Not facts.
But that you go out there and do that stuff with your own hands and hey, bro, they love that.
No, I'd agree.
They love that,
especially at our age too. It's like we're at the age of ownership.
Oh yeah.
So and the women are doing very well for themselves,
Mhm.
and they're owning shit
Mhm.
at different rates. So like they definitely need,
Oh yeah.
or either you gonna have to make enough money to get it fixed, or you gonna have to fix it.
Exactly what I said.
Yeah.
But it's still, even if you make enough money to get it fixed, if you can go out there and do it yourself, it's something about women just get
Oh
all
yeah.
woo about
Yeah.
that.
They
You know
like
what I mean?
that
When you
quick.
can go out there and get under something and get it together, and they can go out there and they know you gonna do the, you
And
done
they
it and
done it
it's
right.
done right,
Yeah.
and they safe and they can say you did it. You know what I
Yeah. Yeah.
mean? That's like a bragging right or something to them or something. I don't
It
know.
makes sense. It
But
makes
you know,
sense.
yeah,
It
yeah.
makes sense. So let's jump over into a meme real quick. Let me see what we're gonna put ourselves in the back burner. Let's go ahead and knock out a meme. See what Brett talking about.
Okay.
As your
My bad.
husband, why would I ask for sex or ask to be cooked food or ask for affection or ask anything when the dog ain't asked for a motherfucking thing? But the dog get groomed, the dog get fed, the dog get affection. Now, unless the dog talking when I leave this motherfucker, dog ain't asked you for shit. So why would me, as your husband or your man, have to ask for anything that I need? I'm not asking for shit. If you know what that dog needs and that dog ain't asked you for a motherfucking thing, but you don't know what I need, and I have to ask, I'll take care of it myself. And don't get mad when I take care of it my goddamn self. Shit. As your
What you think
husband
about that
or
over
your
here?
man,
I, I'm kind of with bro. You know what I mean? For real though. I'm kind of with bro though. I am. I'm kind of with bro. And you know, if you my woman, then should nobody have to tell you what I need? Should nobody have to tell you what I need? And me, and cut all the bragging, the bullshit. You know, I like to shoot
Mm,
the shit, whatever. Yeah, all that shit aside, it ain't a woman that I done been with
mm,
that can say I didn't take care of things financially, whatever. They can't say I didn't. You ain't have to worry about your ass having to sleep outside. You ain't have to worry about this shit getting cut off. You ain't have to worry about your goddamn car. You ain't have to worry about that shit.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in a position right now where I got a wife that can do everything herself because she's just in that position.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this is the first time I've ever been in this position. But at the same time, there's still certain things that I'm just not going to accept. I don't give a fuck what you got. I'm just not going to accept. And so the thing is just, I don't understand how a woman can not understand that there's certain things that you just have to do. Now, y'all, the women in y'all generation,
Mm,
they think because they work that they don't have to do these things. We live, if you're gonna, if you, they're gonna try to act like that they done turn this corner or turn this page, and because they got a job and they contribute, that that negates the fact that they have to do a certain things for
the
their
nurturing
man.
part.
You know what I'm saying? They want to act like that negates all of that because you bringing in some money. Then they're gonna be single.
Mm,
They're gonna be single. They might not be single, but they ain't gonna have no ring on their finger. That's what I'm talking about when I say single.
mm,
Ain't nobody marrying your motherfucking ass. No, because see, the thing of it is what they not realizing is today's times, y'all want a lot more than the woman in my day wanted. You know what I mean?
mm.
I'm talking about material stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it takes two to have all this new house you want with this car, and you got a car and she got a car. And her car got to be the bling bling of the house. She got to have, a certain type of wardrobe and all this. Ain't the average man can't give you all that.
Mm,
And it ain't enough men at the top echelon that can afford all this shit to take care of all y'all. That's why they got 10, 20 women to one option. up there on when at that tier.
Yeah.
So if they want a husband, you're gonna have to know how to cook. Um, just like a woman appreciate a man going out there changing tires, fixing something, the door,
But
the
see, but see,
commode,
but that's the
whatever.
thing. But that's the thing. See, like the thing is I think that as we got away from knowing how to do the thing and just paying for the thing, we kind of took our we really took our value and placed it just in financials. You see what I'm saying? We took our value and now our value is purely based on financials. But and then the thing is that when you used to could put your hands on something and fix something, that was your money plus your ability, and that added to your value. But since we don't have that additional, you know what I mean, we don't have the ability to contribute that extra thing, then they're just solely looking at the bread thing. And when you solely look at the bread thing, then they see it as equal because they going to work. Your ass can't fix nothing. You know what I mean? So what sound like you need to be paying for somebody to be in here cooking and shit then. Because if you just gonna pay for everything, what sound like we need to put it in the budget. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I understand. You see what I'm saying? I understand it. I think that the less and less, the more that we start dropping off these extra things, it's only right for them to want to drop off those extra things too.
I didn't really put all that in my thought process when I said that, but that's a fact.
Yeah, it
That's a
just
fact.
as we continue and that's why I think modern relationships are interesting. I understand that, you know what I mean, on
I
average
don't
it's
want
gonna
them.
take two
I don't
incomes.
want them.
Oh, I'm cool on it
Because if
myself.
your ass ain't feeding me, somebody daughter is. Somebody daughter is. And that's where I'm gonna be at. I'm gonna be at the helper house that can cook.
And see, the thing is too is that it's not so much of how great you cook. It's more
That's
that you
right.
gonna cook something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna eat. I ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna turn down to me. I'm gonna eat. You ain't got to be a
My
chef.
wife is a moneymaker. She worked all her life. She did right with her money. She made money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my wife did. My wife is not a cook. And you done heard me say it, and my wife ain't embarrassed when I say it, but my daughter and maybe Sharon or your mother or whatever, they when I say my wife can't cook or something about her food or whatever, they like, ooh, you said that. No, I am a realist. That's a fact. My wife knows she can't cook, but she cooked, I eat it
Mm-hmm.
because she cooked it. She tried. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to eat it. You know what I mean? I ain't got to worry about having no dang on high blood pressure because she don't put salt in the shit. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, she feed me.
Yeah.
That's all I ask. I ain't say you had to be Betty Crocker, but when I come home, I'm going to need to have something to eat.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. That's why I eat it. I might talk, you know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
that's just me. That's my
But I
personality.
mean, also
But-
that wouldn't be something that
yeah.
because you know what I mean. That wouldn't be something, in my opinion. The reason why they took, you know what I mean, they look away is because it's like it's not necessary to talk shit about your old lady.
I don't talk shit.
You don't
about
look
my
at it
old
like
lady.
talking shit,
I
but
don't.
it still it feels that way for people when people hear it.
Yeah, but y'all know me. Did she know me? I ain't
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
shit.
No, I'm just saying
that's just my personality. See, that's what I'm saying. See,
nigga salt.
that's exactly what the fuck I'm talking about right there. Everybody always trying to define somebody else's relationship, always trying to tell somebody else how to fucking live. My wife ain't complaining.
Mm-hmm.
My wife love me just like I am. Well, not quite just like I am. I got some rough
Keep it a
edges.
buck.
We'll keep it a buck.
Keep it
I
a
got
buck.
some rough edges.
Yeah.
But that little conversation that little when I throw a little punt in there every now and again about the cooking or whatever, she don't pay that shit no attention.
Yeah.
So why the hell is everybody else worried about it? That's what I be talking about. If people spent more time worrying about their shit, then it'd be a lot more married people out here.
Definitely would.
You know what I mean? There'll be a lot more people out here that ain't worrying about if they're gonna be able to pay their mortgage at the end of the month. You know what I mean? At the first of next month. Or before the 15th. They wouldn't be worrying about that because they be minding their shit. Well, if you minding your shit as much as you minding somebody else's shit, you be in a better position. Because you know what? You got more time to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
That time that you take digging in my shit, trying to figure out whether it stink or not, or trying to put some shit in there to make it stink, because you feeling some type of way, stay your hating ass over there in your own damn business, and life will be much better for you. Because me, anybody tell you, I'll be over there in that house over there when I was over there in that house, ain't have no company, nobody come over there for long periods of time because I was minding my business, doing what I need to do. That's why I still got that house 17, 18 years later. I still got it because I was at home minding my business. I wasn't worried about the nigga business across the street, them people next door to me on the right or the left or down the street. I wasn't worried about what they had going on at their house. I was too busy trying to take care of my shit. Them people that was trying to mind other people's business was losing shit left and right. You know what I was doing? I had my shit in the tuck and I was doing everything I could do to keep it. That's why I took my ass to work. And then I worked on whatever I could and wherever I could on the side to make extra money. That's what I was doing. I wasn't minding people's business. I wasn't gossiping about folks. When you start doing that, that's how you lose shit. Then you be like, oh, I ain't bad luck always following me. I don't never get a break. You spend too much time minding other people's shit. Leave that shit alone. Worry about your shit, and you'll be better off. Then what's that thing we were you wasn't talking about? It's some trend going around about some guy. His wife left him, or him and his wife got a divorce. Now he got 3 women. And they talking about that woman, you know, that one that be doing she's supposed to be, she ain't got no degree though. The one that be talking.
Oh, you talking about the Bryant lady from
that
was on
that lady, yeah. She was on there talking.
I think she does have a degree. She actually does have a degree, but go ahead.
But it wasn't a
doctorate.
Doctorate degree. That's what she.
Well, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I think that the Cheyenne Bryan is who you're talking about.
Okay, well, I don't give a damn about it.
Yeah, I think that she actually. I know Corey Holcomb was giving her a hard time about her degrees and shit, but I think that she actually does have them. And from what I understand, I think that she actually does.
Okay, well, that's not important.
It's not important. But go ahead.
I don't care.
Your point was what was go ahead.
My point is this: she was on there talking about he was hurt because his wife left him because he had a relationship outside of the marriage or whatever, or he cheated or whatever the case may be, and that he took his pain on to the next relationship and all of this shit. What the? He got 3 women. All 3 of them women know that he got 3 women.
Yeah.
They all get along.
Yeah.
And to make herself feel better. And them heifers that's listening to that bullshit that she talking to make them feel better, she talking about he taking his pain and his sorrow and his whatever she called it into those 3 relationships, and it's not fair to those women. I ain't heard not one person say, and one of them women
was unhappy.
Yeah. That's cause everybody want to mind everybody else fucking business. If you mind your own damn business, they happy. But y'all want to talk about what they got going on. They happy.
Yeah.
Then what worked for you might not work for me.
Exactly.
But if I'm happy, who gives it? This woman, she on there talking about that he upset because his wife left him. And he took his pain over to unfairly took his pain over here to these 3 women. And ain't nobody got no record of and one of them saying that they was unhappy, but they over here living in misery because he took his pain, because his wife left him, because
you know the funny thing, I literally was trying not to have a relationship, but this continuous talk about relationships, but it's kind of our wheelhouse. We kind of like naturally talk about this shit all the time. So I have a question based on the story you just told. Would you ever try and be in like a what is it, polygamous, whatever the fuck you want to call it, relationship?
That's just too many damn people for me.
That's how I feel.
That's too many people for me.
I feel the same way.
But I ain't mad at bro.
I ain't mad at bro. Do your thing.
If they happy, I'm happy too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let them rock out they rock.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's why them same women that's running around here doing. Take a survey and see how many of them married. Take a survey and see how many of them married.
No, the loudest ones is by themselves.
Thank you.
The loudest ones is by themselves.
Yeah, because they always in somebody else's business.
Even though social media, you can tell, like when people actually in a happy relationship, it seems like they tailor off social media. Like that don't be a thing like that.
When you
And
happy,
sometimes they're onesie and twosie. Some people just have a relationship with social media that they, you know what I mean, it's just what they do. But like the majority of people, like you'll see that they kind of like don't really social media when
and
they
when
in
they ass single, they jump back out there,
right back on
titties
that.
hanging out, every goddamn thing, right there. So, but
That's
when
true.
they got their shit together and they got a
When
man,
they
or whatever,
happy,
they get the hell off of social
yeah.
media.
When you happy, you
Yeah,
be, you know what I mean, you happy, you
you
gaining
got
weight
too
and
much
shit,
shit
and
to do.
yeah, not big
You got
facts.
other shit to do.
Your priorities
Your
change.
priorities change.
That's
That's
true.
right.
That's a fact.
Yeah, and you mind your business. If you mind your business, if you worry about what's going on in your house, you can keep your man happy, and he gonna in return, he gonna keep you happy. Cause he ain't gonna let your ass go.
Yeah, that's big
If
facts.
you minding your business and taking care of your man in your in y'all house, and you stop worrying about what the neighbors say.
Mm.
The neighbor can't make you happy. If that's the case, let that nigga go and go fuck the neighbor. You know what I'm saying? The neighbor can't make you happy. The
Yeah,
neighbor ain't paying no bills over there at your house because he got too fucking many bills at his house.
big facts. And then the thing about and see the comparison, especially as it relates to relationships, the comparison should be so off because you don't know what's going on in these people's house. You don't
You
know.
don't have a
You don't
fucking
know,
clue.
but Buddy might slap the shit out of her from time to time. You know what I mean? And you want to talk about, oh, look what she driving, and he got her this car, this, and you ain't see that nugget because she had that bonnet on.
I know it,
That lump was under that motherfucker that brother put
bro.
on her head.
Bro, it's crazy. I don't understand. That really gets me. You know, people always in other people, even my business. I don't be thinking about these people. I don't. They name don't come across my lips. I don't talk about nothing they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care. That's your business. But somebody always in my damn business, always trying to tell somebody what the fuck I'm doing. Always. And you know what I say? Fuck them.
Yeah,
Fuck them. All of them. Fuck them. You know why? Because I don't give a damn.
it
I
don't.
don't pay you enough attention to give a damn about what you telling and who you telling it to.
Yeah, no, I kind of got to be on the same.
That's
I be on the same because, like, I think that, like, for me, with me being in the situation I'm in, a lot of people be sitting there trying to act like, I do this to my wife a slave, and she just must do everything you say. I try to tell a nigga, bro, look, just because you pay all of the bills, that should be on TV. Just because you pay all of the bills, don't mean your wife ain't talking. I don't know what the fuck where they get this from. Like they think that because she don't have just because she don't work that she just do everything that I say and she must be miserable because she just
where
gotta
that woman
cater.
at?
Man,
Where you find that woman at? Just
come
cause
on,
you
brother.
paying the damn bills don't mean she ain't finna goddamn be doing this.
Oh,
That's
you
what
gonna
they
have
do.
fact.
You got to get, but you just got to learn to figure out how y'all mean what she's
Oh yeah.
saying and what you want her to say and how you want her to move, how y'all can figure to make that thing mesh where
Mm-hmm.
it's tolerable for you and it's tolerable for her.
Right.
But I know for a fact, because I be here, Susie will blank on your ass.
Hey, she gonna get her shit off.
Yeah.
She gonna get her shit off.
And I hit the door. I hit the door. Because I know. You know what I'm saying? So
Go ahead.
I'm going out the door. When y'all
Yeah.
got there, but the thing of it is that works for y'all.
Yeah.
That works for y'all. She is a good woman. She take good care of you.
For a fact.
What y'all situation is work for y'all. It don't matter if it work
It
for
don't
somebody
matter.
else.
Oh,
You know
that's
what I'm
why I
saying?
literally like most times I don't even try to like prove them and like push the envelope, the tail. All, bro, you got it, bro. If you feel like that's how I go, with,
Man.
hey, that's how I go. Fuck it. I ain't got nothing to prove to you.
And women always trying to look good in their girlfriend eyes. When their girlfriend
Fucked up.
their girlfriend fucked up and single.
And single.
And single.
With the kids over there at the house.
Slinging pussy out of both draw legs. Trying to get a man to stay with them. And you sitting up here listening to what she's saying about your relationship.
Oh man, come on, man. Damn, I swear I'm trying to have we supposed to be talking about manhood and fatherhood this episode. Shout out Q, appreciate you. What up, brother? And Gabriella, yo, what up? What up? What up? Yeah, y'all tell us what y'all thinking about what we talking about in the chat, man. Let's get the chat busy because this is some funny shit. We're gonna go back into the and let's check another meme real quick. Let's check another one. We're only gonna do one more, and then we're gonna dive back into we're gonna dive into the questions we had for each other. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now. Shout out to Tone, bro. On the To Be Fair show, this is so much easier because you don't have to do so much thinking and figuring out which way to go. Okay, I don't know if you know who Carlos Miller is?
Yeah.
You know who he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was on Cam Newton show. This was a couple weeks ago. And I don't remember what it is I put this in here for. We gonna see. And, and hopefully it got some legs. If not, then we'll move forward.
Okay. All right.
Oh, my bad. Let me.
And ain't no rich dude sitting around like, I wonder what Keisha with them 3 kids.
Let me just.
Hold up. Hold up.
Hold
Hold up.
up.
With them 3 kids.
Let me pause it.
You got my little ear up there. Now, what are you talking about now?
That's crazy. I didn't even know this was gonna be no relationship, Joe, and it's smooth is.
They be like, they want a rich man. Rich men don't. Ain't no rich dude sitting around like, I wonder what Keisha with them 3 kids is up to. I feel like changing a life today. It don't happen. It's unreal.
You know what? And women try to guilt us in talking about when they have kids, 2 kids, 3 kids, or however many kids they have.
Which is not a problem.
It's not a problem, but you can't guilt a man talking about he ain't no man if he can't take care of you and your kids.
I mean, what? Where they daddy at? Why is that a big problem when you ask where they daddy at?
Right.
Stupid. They be like, they want a rich man. Rich men don't. Ain't no rich dude sitting around like, I wonder what Keisha with them 3 kids is up to. I feel like changing a life today. It don't happen.
Yeah.
You know, that actually happened to me when I was younger. When I was younger, I was actually talking to a girl, and she had a youngin. I was like freaking maybe like 17, 18, something like that, maybe 19, somewhere in there. And she was telling me, I was telling her, like, you know what I mean, I can't date you because like you got a daughter. I don't know nothing about that parenting thing. And I'm the type of dude that I know that like I'll get attached to your youngin. And if this don't work out, then I don't want to make both of y'all, you know what I mean? This is too much, it's too layered. I was young. You know what I mean? I was young, and like she literally did say that to me, like you be a man. You know what I mean? All of that trying to like guilt me into, and I told her, I was like, honestly, I feel like I'm being a real stand up man by letting you know that this is too much for me. I'm not ready for this. You know what I mean? And but at the end of the day, she felt like the guilt would work. It didn't work, and she respected my response, and just, you know what I mean. Even though, you know, women think that they can, you can tell them like, nah, I'm cool in a relationship. They feel like they can coerce you some kind of way and get you to be with them anyway. When for whatever reason they feel like they can just change that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just to be on what they was talking about, women don't understand, and if they do understand, they don't give a damn. One child, about any man will accept one.
I think so, yeah.
Just about any man will accept one. But when you say, okay, two is max. That's the max. You know what I'm saying? So when you talking 3 and 4, you the jump off.
What?
I'm gonna ride you hard and put your ass away wet. That's all you get. Shoot you these quarters. I'll holler at you. I ain't come here to put all your kids through school and feed them and make sure they got Christmas. My Santa Claus bag ain't that big. It ain't that big. And I'm sorry. And there's some good women out there. I think it's some good women out there that's got 3, 4 kids. But if you want a chance with a man that he might put a ring on your finger, that he's going to take you serious, 2, you done hit the damn wall. That's it. Especially if they ain't got the same. Especially if they ain't got the same daddy.
Hey, That's pretty much what everybody
just
pointing to. And my thing is that I think that I understand what you would like to do is like since you made those bad decisions in the past,
Mhm.
what you would want to do is you want to feel like that like or almost try to normalize your situation instead of saying like no, I fucked up. And I understand that, like, I'm gonna have to deal with whatever. I say, be a great fucking human being, like, be a great woman. Start nurturing more. When you have more baggage, like, be a great partner. Start doing those the things you need to max out on that shit.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
because you
definitely
ain't
because
got
it's go-
room for a lot of mistakes. You don't. I'm just being honest. You ain't got room for a lot of mistakes. You a cooking motherfucker.
you
You
got cooked the
sweet.
shit.
You sweetest motherfucking
You
gold.
should be sweet as
You
fuck.
are nurturing. You that rubbing his head and massaging his shoulder. You know
Yeah.
had a hard day. You have to put in work.
Mm.
The more baggage you come with, the more work you got to put in.
And that's
It's
just like on the male side too. On the male
yeah.
side too, like
If your
if you
pockets is slack,
you gotta be well, I mean, at the end of the day, drop wood for sure. But if you a broke nigga, you really need to be applying real pressure.
you
It's
need to,
going you
yeah,
got to be tuning.
you gonna need to have some skills though.
Yeah, you need to do that too.
You're gonna
You need
need
to
to
put your
have.
hands to
You're
work.
gonna need to be able to. If she got a car, you're gonna need to be able to either get that motherfucker fixed or fix it.
Fix it for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And if you broke already, if money already tight, your ass need to be handed with a wrench. And if y'all live, if she just let's say she under Section 8, whatever, the rent man don't halfway fix the house, shit always broke. You're gonna need to be pretty handy with a tool too.
And we got a
Now,
comment.
you can't fix everything in the man house. You ain't trying to because y'all renting. But if he ain't gonna come by and fix some shit, you need to be good enough to make that shit work until he get to it.
No,
You know what I mean?
I understand. I
Yeah.
understand. It's a give and take. You have to, you know what I mean,
That's
understand
all.
where you lack at and you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and what you're good at. Your pros and
Exactly.
cons. You're gonna have to figure it out.
But see, that's the thing. That's the thing. See, we all want to get all defensive
Mm,
because we fall short in certain areas. Everybody falls short in certain areas.
big
You
facts.
do, I do, everybody do. But what you can't do is internalize that and let that be a hindrance to you progressing.
Become a victim.
You can't play the victim.
Mm.
You just got to accept that, hey, I'm not good at this. I need to figure some shit out. Find a way to get around that or to mask it or however you need to do to make you look better in that situation.
Yeah.
And move the fuck on. But what you don't do is go compare your shit to somebody else's shit. Everything is different. Y'all can went to the same school, got the same degrees, the same diploma, or did not get a diploma, neither one of y'all, whatever the case may be. And this person over here, shit looked like it's going great. Or this one got one and you didn't, and it looked like he going great because he make a little bit of money. And then come to find out, if you actually was in the shit, that this nigga is miserable. She dragging this motherfucking ass. But you think everything peaches and cream over there because that's what they let you see.
Mm-hmm.
Leave people shit alone. Stop worrying about their shit. Take care of yours. You'll be much happier and you'll do much better in life.
I don't disagree. And we got a comment here. It says, I don't think a female should ever pressure or guilt a man into stepping into a father role. It really shouldn't be a convo it really shouldn't be a convo and left separate. If someone rock with you that way, they will show you. And Sharon agree.
Who?
Huh?
Who'd you say what you say?
Oh, I was just saying that Sharon Young, she agree. No.
Oh.
Yeah, I think if he rock with you, he will step up. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was like 19. I ain't have no kids. I ain't, you know what I mean, know nothing about
You
it.
wasn't a man,
But I
you was a
could
boy.
exactly. I was
That
still a
was
boy.
different.
I was still a boy. And that I'm actually glad you said that. But yeah, I could understand like you said, two makes sense. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, and based on what Gabby was saying, is like saying that you can't pressure a man into being with you or accepting such. Yeah, you really can't, because at the end of the day, you're just gonna get dropped off.
You just
You really just gonna get dropped off. It's if he like you, he gonna.
If he like you, he gonna accept it.
Yeah, and if
because if he a man, he understand that it, anybody that come to you and don't try to at least have some type of rapport with your children, they don't want you.
Oh yeah.
They want to
just
drop.
dropping.
They
Yeah,
want
he
to
just
drop.
trying to pop.
If he don't make an assertive effort to try to find some common ground, especially if the child is old enough to understand. And we talking about some toddlers, then you got a lot of room to work. But if you got a preteen, teenager in the house, and her and whoever it is you trying to date don't have no kind of nothing, you know what I mean? There's no communication for us, a hey, a bye, or nothing, or how you doing, or it ain't got to be nothing great. It's not your child. It takes time to build, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But if they don't have some type of rapport, he ain't there to do nothing but drop.
Yeah,
that's all he wants.
You know the fucked up thing, bro. I done sat here and done notes like a motherfucker. I broke out the pencil and paper because I wanted to get the old school feel. Maybe this would, conjure up some, some creativity. I done put some damn work into this father-son conversation we've been supposed to have. And we had an hour. This motherfucker only supposed to be an hour and a half. You know what I mean? So let's matter of fact, we're gonna cut this shit and not do none of this no more no more fucking memes. We're gonna cut that out. Let's remove that. We good. Okay. So I want to get back on some, at least since we talking about, and a lot of the times we see the criticism to women on podcasts. They've been giving women shit, and some of it I believe is warranted. I also believe that as men, we deserve, especially y'all niggas.
There you go.
Y'all niggas.
Damn.
Y'all, and I mean, in my generation,
drink Kool-Aid. Get off that haterade.
But it ain't no hating, bro. I don't want to be like y'all niggas. I'd rather be there with my children and watch them grow and be intentional about building them to be the people that I'd like for them to be.
Okay, so niggas my age ain't got no babies.
Oh yeah,
so we made our mistakes
long time ago.
Excuse me. We made our mistakes a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us, and I like to think I'm one of them. Some of us saw the error in our ways, and we tried to make up for it later. But you can't make up for it because there is some valuable stuff that you gain in a relationship with your child when they this size.
You really lucky.
Coming up.
You really lucky if your child forgives you and is willing to develop a relationship with you. Because the thing is, even with like with me, honestly, I wanted to hate you. I wanted to hate you. Niggas be thinking like, because we can sit and have these conversations like we were just hunky dory fucking. No, that wasn't the case. This was like post 25. Like I'm talking about, this was like 28. It was late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like a lot of people, a lot of men and just children in general, adult children, at whatever age, it's hard to really forgive. I think that like as far as your dad goes as a man child, it's easier to forgive once you hear his side of the story because you always wanted that relationship. You know what I mean? If you can, if there's a point to where and then as long as he's willing to accept and have the tough conversation and wear his L's within your development, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, because yeah, and that's son to father, but when it's mother to son, in my experience, they don't want to accept. They don't want to accept.
Hey,
when you talk to them and you tell them, "Hey, I felt this way," or "You did this to me." Number one, you know if your child is the type of person that will walk up to you and tell you a lie about you as their parent. Mama, you did this and you did that, and they know they lying on you.
Most kids ain't gonna do that.
Kids ain't gonna
even
do
if
that.
you a lying ass
Even if you a lying, you ain't gonna
ain't.
Thank you.
And see, this is the thing. Just because your point of view was different than my point of view.
Don't
I'm
mean
telling
no wrong.
exactly.
It
You
doesn't mean
may
no
that may
wrong.
not have been your intention, and maybe something else was going on, but you still have to sit here and respect how I feel.
Exactly.
You still
Because you
have to
can't tell me
validate how
how
I
to
feel.
feel in a situation.
Exactly. Yeah.
The situation happened. You feel, and your perspective may be over here. And I might feel, and my perspective may be over here. Neither one of us are wrong.
Yeah.
The situation, two people can go through the same situation and come out feeling different about the situation. So that means their experience about that situation is going to be different
For sure.
because they drew different things out of that situation. And that's what I was trying to explain to my mom. But my mom she just wouldn't accept that she did anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, but we're not talking about my mama. We're talking about the men. And I agree. But I wanted to ask you something.
What's up?
Unless you wanted to go into
No,
this.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask you about, let me see. I should have got on this while you was talking, but I wanted to pay attention.
Yeah, it's a learning curve. We'll do better over time.
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
bear with us. This episode 7, the To Be Fair show. This season 6 coming up. We still working out the kinks.
Yeah.
And he's 75.
Yeah. Something that we've talked about a few times, and we always we don't never see eye to eye on this.
What's that?
So when do I get to cut your motherfucking ass off? That's what I want to know.
You don't get to.
When so because at some point you got a wife,
that I
2 children,
that I take care of,
your own house, your own vehicles,
right?
Everything. When do I get off the hook? That's
you don't. That's the thing is because you got to understand when you die, you leave shit. So like if you can't, it's a continuous. It's
elaborate. Oh, back the fuck up. When I die, I leave what? What are you
supposed to leave something for? So the entire time.
Yeah.
So the entire time, your duty is to raise your children and make sure that they're okay. Like in my mind, I think that like even you said it, like talk about people who when I die they gonna just have to get it. I'm gonna spend up all their money and they just gonna have to get it out the mud like I had to. That's I don't like the word toxic. That's toxic shit. You just passing down toxic ignorance. Now you go then it be the same niggas that be sitting there talking about generational wealth. Motherfucker want you to start off like they did. Why the fuck would you want me to start off like you? I'm your youngin. I ain't asked to be here. Of course, I'm gonna need guidance this entire time. Like if you're in a situation to help me, then you should help. Especially if you see that I'm helping myself. If it depends, if you out here just fucking off, then bruh, hey, I'm not finna keep bailing you out. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, sometimes I think it's healthy for you to set. I think it's healthy for you to set. Like it depends, you know what I mean? But like I don't think that a parent ever gets to a point to where you know what I mean? Whether if you can't afford it to financially, then it's the wisdom. You should always because you have a point of view that is much more seasoned. You've seen more things. So there's never a time where you actually get to cut your kids off. I think that honestly, for me, even I hear you see the thing is I hear you boast about shit that you do for grown kids. But then the whole time you still in your mind want to goddamn act like, yeah, well, I shouldn't have to do this and I ain't doing this and that. But then every time you do a single thing, you want fucking credit.
I did it though.
And you boast about it. But it makes you feel good because you are able to do these things for your youngin. And even though your youngin is grown, it still feels good to be able to contribute to their success. So it never goes away. And that's the same way I'm gonna feel about my youngin. Does that answer your fucking question?
Yeah.
He ain't put you in a box. I boxed that ass up. Fort 90s is all. It's okay. No, tried. It happened. And they witnessed it.
Okay.
You got any more questions?
Okay.
Any more questions? Yeah, I'm here to answer them. Shit, we got 30 minutes. What you got? We got 30 minutes. And while we waiting, Sharon said in a situation like that, I think she was talking about the pressure in a man. I think there. Let me see. I think there is best. I think that it's best when the mother don't down talk the father to let the child be able to gather their own sense of how that person is. No, I 100% agree.
100%.
And that was something that you
Yeah,
definitely give Mom
100%.
Deuce kudos to, and you, of course, you had other kids, you just be doing shit. But what was I going to say? Mom Dukes, you see, that's one of the things you give Mom Dukes, that she didn't talk shit about you to us, and she didn't. You know what I mean? She didn't talk shit, and I think that, like, I understand you being emotional and all that stuff. You just need to do that away from the kids, bro.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and
Definitely.
be talking to your girlfriend on the phone about him. You know what I mean?
And then
It's
kids sitting there
gonna,
listening to everything y'all saying.
because the only thing that, especially if the kids is in a situation where y'all's relationship is hindering them from having a relationship, from the, you know what I mean, the kids that have a relationship with their pops,
Yeah.
you sitting there and just doubling down on this he ain't shit and all that. You ain't doing that. Like, and then the thing is too is that you'll make yourself look worse if it is a case to where they end up getting older and talking to him and figuring out that he wasn't not shit.
And
He
he wasn't
wasn't
not trying to
right.
see
He
you.
wasn't not trying to be a part of your life. It was y'all relationship making it fucked up. So
Exactly.
you really, honestly, I think that, like, a lot of times you want to think further down the line. Understand that with co-parenting, you aren't important.
That's right.
The child is the
It's
important part. And I understand that that's tough when the emotions is like they is.
Yeah.
Maybe he cheated and you broke up with him, and you know what I mean. You feel like you feel how you feel, but like, yeah, keep that to you and your girlfriends.
Yeah.
At
That's
max,
right.
at max, I think that you should kind of. I mean, really, you shouldn't really talk, because you still, that's your baby's father, regardless. Y'all tied.
Yeah.
Y'all tied. So
Forever.
yeah, you should probably just leave that shit alone.
Yeah. And this last one I want to ask you right now is oh yeah. Um we've discussed a few times on the show that, as Black people, we don't talk about finances with our children enough. We need to let them know at a younger age. You know what I mean? Like when we having a hard time paying the light bill or the water bill or whatever the case, they should know, so they understand why we don't have this and we don't have that, or the fact that these things have to be done.
Yeah.
Because when they get older, they're gonna have to do these things. So in saying that, at what age or what point do you think that you should, it's okay for us, like me and you, we, son and father, to have the conversation about death? Because I know that's something that you run away from.
I had
You
a
run away
similar
from
question.
that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't like to think of the fact that I'm gonna die, but I am.
For
And I
sure.
understand that you have a problem with death, period. So at some point, we have to have the conversation, because we need to be talking about what I expect of you and what you expect, what you should expect from me. You know what I'm saying? So those things are important. And everybody runs away from that. But then when the person dies, it's fucking chaos. It's chaos. But if you sit down and you talk to your child, nobody want to think about when they die. You know me, I just talk about the shit. I don't give a shit. I know I ain't gonna be here forever. I just gotta my thing is all I care is how I leave my kids. You know what I'm saying? That's all I care about, is making sure that I leave something for y'all. That's my whole, I've been talking to you about it for years.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing. That's just like, I'm sold on the Big Mama house thing. You know what I'm saying? Because if something happened, you, Jasmine, whatever, the kids,
they got a reset place.
Can't make it, you can go to 1124. You always got a room.
Yeah.
Can't nobody tell you can't go there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got a place to start over, reset, and get back out there and try it again. I think that that's the right way a parent should do it. But I'm not, what I think is not the gospel. Yeah. Everybody's plight is different. You know what I'm saying? What you see for your kids, that means there are people that's listening and out there, whatever. It ain't the same as me. That's why I'll be trying to tell people, mind your fucking business. I'm
Mm,
just saying
yeah.
primarily about the death thing. When do
Yeah.
you talk to them about that?
Well, I mean, the death thing specifically, the only thing that the only reason why I don't like having the conversation is because it's like a redundant, we've had it too many times. Well, I ain't gonna say too many times, we had it a lot of times. And I know you, when you feel a thing, you talk about it often. You know what I mean? You'll talk about it often. Um, as far as an age, I would assume, honestly, I think that you probably should, in a way, let them know that this is a thing regardless. Like it should be a built up thing, just like financial literacy. Like that's something that you should start early.
Mhm.
The later you start, the harder it's going to really be for them to grasp it, because as you let the world, you know what I mean, allow or teach them about money, as you let the world teach them about money, it's going to be hard to reel their ass back in.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
like I would say it's something that you probably, the death part and making it, you know what I mean? I don't know exactly how old your child. That's just like even with funerals.
Mhm.
I didn't want Nana or Noah to go to any of these funerals that we had lately.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? We've had quite a few funerals here, and
Mhm.
I didn't want them to experience it in that way,
Mhm.
just yet. You know what I mean? There are conversations that need to be had in my mind
Mhm.
to prepare their minds for understanding.
Yeah.
And so like, and that's another, bro, it's so many different, when you start talking about death, it's another thing that makes me, I'm just gonna say it, like, to it makes you have like some, I understand the idea of being atheist, right?
Mhm.
Because I went from like being raised in the church, and then as I became an adult, I start questioning the thing. You know what I mean? They start talking about the inconsistencies in the Bible and all this stuff. And then I came back around, and it's like, oh, and I'll use this conversation that I had with one of the brothers, the homie Keith, during the time period while I was having this whole like the fight against Christianity, or not Christian, or the fight against the whole idea of like God, and you know what I mean. I was telling him, like, I was literally like going on my Sonetta TV brother Poe, like fucking giving hell to anybody that was, you know what I mean, talk about, because I had researched so much of the contrary, and it had settled, and it made sense to me that like I was willing to go against anybody at that point. And he said something to me that shut me the fuck up. He was like, I have to believe in it because I have to believe that I'll get to see my mom again. His mom passed when he was young,
Mhm.
and I'm like, okay, shut the fuck up. Like I want that for you.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
want that for you.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I would, within the deepest part of me being, I really want you to be able to see your moms again, bro.
Mhm.
There's no way I'm gonna sit here and act like and still be, you know what I mean? That's, shut the fuck up. Your walk ain't like everybody else walk.
That's right.
While you sitting here trying to prove your stance on this, it's like, bro, let me, you know what I mean? Unless this belief is like something that's just like detrimental to, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Shut the
Yeah.
fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you told me that before too.
Yeah, bro. When he said that, that literally just like, okay,
Mhm.
you got that, bro. I
Yeah.
really, really, I want, I want to believe, you know what I mean, this for you.
I like to see my dad again too. I would. I wasn't young, but I was about 24 maybe when my dad passed, and I'd like to see him again
What
too.
would you say to him if you could?
I understand, and that I forgive him for all the things that I thought that he didn't do or didn't want to do for me,
Mm,
and I understand why he didn't tell me he loved me, and I know he did. You know what I'm saying? I do understand. And I understand because life taught me, because I went through the same thing with you. But the only difference is I kept fighting until I did. And I can't say that he didn't fight. Maybe he planned to get around to it.
mm,
I don't know. But I know that being a man with a child and growing up and getting to the age that I am and the age that you are, that if he grew up a certain way without me and saying things like that to each other and experiencing those types of conversation, because we live in a different time. Information didn't move like it do now
For sure.
then. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that he gave me what he had or what he knew to give me. And that's all I can if that's all it is, then what he had to give was good enough. Because I ain't turned out too bad, I don't think.
Nah, you fucked it
I could have been better.
up. I'm just playing.
Oh yeah.
I'm just joking. Go
I
ahead,
don't
go
pay
ahead.
you no attention, nigga. I already know. But yeah, I could be a lot better. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that I had to learn everything I learned so late.
Mm,
But I do appreciate the fact that I did learn it. You know what I'm saying? Which, like I say, gave me, like, you came around earlier than I did. And if truth be told, maybe I came around earlier than my father would have.
mm,
So if that's true, then as a as the generations come
yes.
unfold, then we'll, because of these conversations, we'll learn earlier. Noah will start earlier than you did.
Hmm.
You started earlier than I did. So I like to think that I started earlier than my father would have. At least I know I started earlier than he could anyway, because he
Yeah.
wasn't here.
And the thing is, it's crazy as we look at, like, especially like as men, like when you look back at the generation of men
Mhm.
and you look at like where we came from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just imagine like to think about the men on the plantations and what was going on then, and then to see the generations of men progress and
You know how
progress.
hard you had to teach your son to grow up on a
And that's what I'm
plantation?
saying. Like you got to think
Yeah,
about like
yeah.
our grand or great grandfather, like the type of men that they had to be, the type of just like the things that they taught their sons.
Mm. And the
You know what I
thing,
mean?
and the fact that they had to deal with the fact that they couldn't teach their sons, because a lot of times, um, on the plantations,
You'd
they
be
give your
separated.
children away because they know you would fight for your children, but you ain't gonna fight as hard for this other man child that you don't know. So they send you. So you didn't even get to teach your son. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of stuff you got to work through to
Yeah.
get to, you know, to where we at. It's a lot of stuff you got to work through. And like you say, that thing, that's how women ended up raising, because a woman is naturally a nurturer. So I can just imagine back then them nurturing other people's children,
Mm,
because, and especially because they probably had theirs taken away, and that was like filling a void.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? So they was nurturing other people's children, and they grow up nurturing like that, and then they daughters see it, because usually the girls they kind of kept around, put them, you know what I mean, use, but them boys they got, switched up quick, but either way, um I feel like that, they learned that nurturing thing from their mother, or from the women that was around them that even what even their mothers. You know what I'm saying? They learned to nurture children because they got nurtured too.
Mm.
And so it that's why women is part of their makeup, is what I'm trying to say. To
No,
be
I get it.
nurturing, you know what I mean, that way. But
So
we're not.
no, I think that, see, the thing is that I think that we've never had the that wasn't a characteristic that was acceptable or man like, quote unquote. You know what I mean? There
Yeah.
was a depiction of this protect provide thing,
Mhm.
but the thing is that like protect is more than be like kill a motherfucker
Yeah,
for.
exactly.
And see
Eh,
when you as you kind of, I think as the generations have gone on, we've as men we figured out that like that don't mean like kill a motherfucker. Like of course, if it presents itself and has to be done, you dead, nigga. Like
Yeah,
that's just you're dead.
yeah.
But protection is
Mhm.
more than life or death situations.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's crazy, bro. It's so crazy how this throughout this conversation, we're literally getting to my questions fucking that I had. Like, so do you believe that a man's role is to protect and provide? That's
Oh,
just a
most
quick yes or
definitely.
no.
Most definitely.
Okay. So how would you define protect?
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's the thing, and that's what I learned so late in life. Yeah, it's just like we just had the conversation. Like you, my son, I don't get to negate the fact that I have to be there for you when you if you fall short or if you need some, if you fall short in the area or what I mean, you need some help.
Mm-hmm.
When you need some help, then if I can help, I need to be there to do that, and that's part of protecting.
Mm.
That's part of protecting. And the fact to show you that it's you still a man if you have these characteristics, but you carry yourself a certain way, even with these characteristics. That's nurturing because I'm teaching you how to
Hold on.
protect.
Let's not gloss over that. When you say these characteristics, like, what do you mean? I didn't understand quite.
It's all right for me to hug you and still be
Oh.
a man. It's all right for you to hug another man
Mm.
because it's all right for you to love another man.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It don't make you gay. You see
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying? So you have to teach your child, your man, your son, your boy son that's going to be a man. You have to teach him that you can do these things, but in what in what
What capacity or
capacity? Yeah, that'll be fine. But in what capacity that it's okay to show these emotions?
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? Is you can have the emotions, you can show the emotions, but you need to know when and where it's okay to show these emotions and what type of situation you would show it in.
Mm.
That's part of that. All of that is.
Okay.
Even like you was talking about the finances and stuff like that. That's part of it because you want your son to be respected by a woman. You want somebody to look at your son and to see him as a husband or husband material. So you have to let your son know that's part of you taking care of him.
Or
That's part of
protected.
him.
So
That's
we talking
part of
about
you
as far.
protecting him. Yes,
Mm.
that's part of you because you're teaching him how to, number one, not get rejected, not get his feelings hurt, and be able to stand up and attract the opposite sex so that he can have a family and raise a family of his own. Those things are very important. And
Well,
all of that is nurturing your child and
I'm protecting.
loving your child, protecting your child.
So one thing I will say is that, like, and this is just a little bit of pushback. I don't believe that you can make sure that your son doesn't get rejected. I don't, or your child.
No, no, no,
I
no,
don't
no.
think that
No, no,
you
that's
can.
did I say that?
That's what you said.
Okay, that's not what I meant. That's not
Okay.
what I
Okay.
meant. That's not what I meant. What I meant is not protecting him, but uh, 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 giving him the knowledge to make himself look attractive or presentable to someone in that capacity.
What I would add to, I understand what you're saying. What I would add to it, I think that, and this is something that I've seen as we look at, like, a lot of the suicide rates are up. Or I ain't gonna say up, but men are committing suicide at crazy rates, like comparative to our counterparts. Um,
And is that black men or men in general?
let's just say men in general. I
Okay.
think that if you look at it on black men, and I think that every population of men kill themselves more than their counterpart. Um, what I'd say is that we also have to help them understand that rejection will come, how to deal with rejection.
Oh yeah,
That's a part
that's
of
something that I
protecting.
didn't say. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
that's
How
part
to
of protecting.
deal
Yeah.
with hardship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to know that, like, just because this you hit this wall, okay, regroup.
Yeah.
What we gonna use to get through this motherfucker?
Yeah.
Like, you
Now,
know what I
see, I
mean? Do
was
you
on that
need?
type time. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
That type time
yeah,
is the
yeah.
fact that we doing these things to protect yourself. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But like you say, you have to. That other side comes into play too. Yeah, I just
Because a
didn't.
lot of the
Yeah.
times what you'll see is that, like, even with the homeless people, like, a lot of people choose to be homeless, but a lot of men have, like, been through a divorce and lost the house and and then they just be, fuck it, I'm just going off myself. You know what I mean? I don't have anything to live for anymore. You know what I mean? There's oftentimes as men we end up dealing with the brunt of the reality of rejection. You make the mistake, you have to deal with the consequence, and you can't flip it to play victim. As a man, you have to be accountable. You know what I mean? So I think
Women get to be
protection.
be victims.
Yeah, the victim shit don't work as a man. You the motherfucker feel sorry for you. So what you gonna do? You know what I mean? So what you gonna do, bro? And nobody, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you get a chance to sob and okay, there is a place and time for you to feel bad about this thing. What you gonna do though? You know what I mean? So we have to make sure that we kind of, and that's a protection thing. You know what I mean? That's a protect. You're protecting while instilling these things into this young man or young woman as well. You know what I mean? This is a form of protection. You know what I mean? Okay. And that's just, you know what I mean, me adding on to what you were saying. So how do you define providing?
Providing. Oh, me basically, it's just, it's just when you provide, that's when you always make sure or try to make sure that you're in a position where you can make sure that you keep a roof over your family's head. You be able to put food on the table, to be able to those things I was telling you about, being good with your hands, so that even if you don't have money, you can still make it so that your family or your wife, your children still can make it, get where they need to go. If you can provide them a car, things like that. That's why I always been on that money thing. And I make light of it, and I try to boast about it, whatever. But it's really not that simple for me. I do that just because, like I say, I'm an asshole. I like to be assholey. You know what I mean? I do. I like it. To me, I like to be. It's pretty much joking. You know what I mean? Not so much assholey, but I know people take it that way. That's why I say that. But it's not really that. I don't really want to be an asshole, but I like talking about it because I like talking about it because I like I like the I like for people. I don't even really know how to put it exactly. I,
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm really not um I'm really not an asshole type person intentionally, but it's more like that. I know people probably, I just think, because I don't know, I think people probably see me that way because of the things that I say, but I actually mean it as a joke. But my thing is because of some of my experiences as a child, I really don't know how to my conversations when I talk, even like when I text, I don't know how to text and what do you call it? I don't know how to text. When I text people and I say something, they always take it as aggression or something, like I'm being mean or don't have any compassion.
Mm.
I don't know how to compassionately text people.
Yeah.
I don't really compassionately talk to people. I just say a thing, and that comes from me being 15, 16 years old, working for my daddy, and he leaving me out there with dudes twice my age, and me having to tell them what my dad want me to tell them or relay to them or make sure that they do certain things because they need to be done. And my father leave me on the job. And the only way I can get these dudes to listen to me is to be straight, no, just straight, no chaser. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like that. And so that's the way I learned to talk to people because I didn't have no friends. Because all I did was work and go home, work, go to school, whatever, work, work, work. That's all I did. And let's go back to that conversation where you said that dude stopped you, whatever. That's why that was so amusing to me because that's all I did was work. I didn't grow up with a bunch of friends.
Mm.
I didn't have time for that. So I don't have those I don't have those experiences where you learn how to talk to people, manipulate a conversation, or carry a conversation so nobody gets offended and all this. I don't have those skills.
Mm.
I don't have those life skills because I didn't experience those things. All I did was work. Anybody, your mama tell you, that's all I did was work. So when I talk to people, because I was in that situation, I'm just a straightforward person. I don't be trying to find the nuances of making the conversation sound really appealing to your ear so that you will take it the way I'm trying to give it to you. Like when I text you, look at my texts in the phone, I just say a thing.
Mm.
If that's what if I need you to come here, I'm gonna say come here. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say, hey, when you get a time and da da da. And I would like to, and I will if I think about it, but it's very seldom. Most of the time, my mind, I be doing all these different things in my head because I always got a lot going on. So I'm doing all these different things in my head, and I just say a thing. I don't say it to be rude, but it come across that way when you read it. I had so many people say, why you say it like that? And I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. Or, if it's a female, hey, short, hey, that's not what I meant. What I meant was, well, it sounds really aggressive and it don't sound like hey, I'm sorry. I usually file a disclaimer. That's where I get that from. You say that all the time, file a disclaimer. I file a disclaimer. I say, look, I'm one of them straightforward texting people. I don't know text etiquette. I don't have no text etiquette. I'm just gonna say a thing. Don't take it personal because I'm not saying it with anger. I don't have any animosity. I'm not trying to offend you in any type way. But that's just the way I text. I don't know how to text, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. And when I talk the same way. I just say a thing. I don't sugarcoat it and dress it all up. And it's no disrespect. I don't mean no harm, but that's just me. I didn't grow up having to manipulate conversations and you know what I mean? And basically just with a lot of emotion. I didn't grow up with a lot of emotion. My emotion was this said thing need to be done, either do it or I'm gonna do what I need to do, and that's a thing. That's it.
Yeah. One thing I will say is we did kind of get a little bit off, but that's fine. One thing I will say is that like I do notice that like with women, you do have a bit of etiquette. With men, in which I understand, like if you've grown up in a male dominated
I
space
didn't was
working,
we wasn't
as far
around
as
anymore.
working, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And honestly, I appreciate that, like me being at the bank and working amongst women and things like that. Like I appreciate the straightforward. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? The straightforwardness about being
I do too.
around groups of like a group of men working, and it's something too. Like when I was in the military, it's when you start talking about like what is it, HR and all. You know what I mean? Generally, all that shit don't be a thing amongst men. All that shit don't be a thing. Like I can just tell you a thing, and you know what I mean. I can tell you like, nah, that shit fucked up. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Why you do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we can have a conversation. Nigga, we ain't gotta go to blows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
there's an understanding and respect that, like, okay, if you hit me, I'm hitting you back. This might bar 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we fight, it might bar 30 days. You know what I mean? So there's an understanding that, like, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, I appreciate being in this sector where it's not so nuanced of a
Working with men.
conversation and
Yeah.
like, yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we go because matter of fact we got a couple minutes. Let's go back and look at the chat. Um, Q said, he said people choose to be homeless? Question mark. Um, what would you? Because I we both we based on where we live, there's a lot of homeless people. Do you believe that people choose to be homeless?
Yeah. Yeah. It's the people out there that choose to be out there. They choose to be out there. Yeah. Yeah. Sure is. Yeah.
I would say the bulk of them choose.
Yeah. They choose to be out there. It's
A
it's some I
a
know some
good
people that
population.
choose to be out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. They you the one fucked up. I'm the one fucked up. Because we
Right.
got to pay all these damn people. They don't owe no fucking body nothing.
It's the idea of being able to escape responsibility, and
Hmm.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's honestly, I think that like they don't think we know like we see all the time. Like
I done
we've heard the
talked to them.
stories,
You
and
know
yes,
me.
they
I done
definitely
talked to them.
choose.
Yeah.
A lot of them choose
Yeah.
to, and that actually the
Hmm.
one of my other homies, he, you know what I mean, in his old line of work, he used to talk to people in that lane all the time.
Hmm.
And yes, they oftentimes do choose that over all of the stressors that we have to deal with. Um, they definitely do. And since we're here, we're gonna close this with this question. So all these things been lined up, it's crazy. It's gotta be God's plan. Um, how do you deal with like depression, anxiety, stress, like the things, them times where, because we all have these times. It don't matter if you up financially, down financially, really that bread shit don't really matter like that. How do you deal with your down, like the down times, like where, you know what I mean? The times where it's tough. Like just on some mental, you know what I mean? Just
Work,
work.
work, work.
That's the
I
fucking
find
truth.
peace in work. I got. I know somebody right now that'll tell you that when I get some work done, I I feel good. I feel better. When I get doing my work makes me forget about all that stuff because I'm focused on what I'm doing. That's work. I work. I go in that house. I paint them doors and all of that stuff. All that stuff that happened the day yesterday, it's gone because I got something done that made me feel good. Work. Just being honest. That's
So
how I let it go while I'm working.
so
I
my
let it
question
go.
would be, it's kind of two questions. The first one would be is, are you actually, it does it actually bring you out of the thing, or is it just like a
Yes, because it
momentary?
it makes me happy to complete or accomplish something. It
Mm,
makes me happy. So I don't think about that thing.
mm.
You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but I'm saying, but like not thinking about it doesn't actually address the thing either.
Yeah, but see, the thing about it is, most of the time, the things that make you, that may get to you, that bothers you, that get you in that type of place, aren't that serious. They aren't that serious. You feel a way about a certain thing that you can't do nothing about.
Hmm.
You feel a way about a certain thing that's bothering you that get you down because you dwelling on that. But it's nothing you can do about it. Because if it was, you just go do that thing and then get, you know what I mean? You would just go do. But see, the thing is, the reason it gets you down, the reason it bothers you is because you can't do nothing about it. So pretty much all you can do is let it go. Now, there are some things that get you down that you can do something about.
So would you say most
So
of the
then you
things that you
do.
get down on are things that you can't do anything about?
Yeah. In that moment, yeah, there's nothing I can do about it.
Mm.
There's nothing I can do about it. But I'm gonna tell you something else. When you take your mind off of it and you get absorbed in something else,
Right, right,
it
right.
allows you to come back to it when you want to, and you get a fresh picture of what's a fresh picture of what's going on. And usually you find a way to work through it.
You know what I actually love about what you're saying, and it's something that like I'm trying to kind of implement into my life, um, is that you're talking about a productive hobby.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like sometimes you would have like the game, right?
Yeah,
I play the game.
yeah.
Unless you got your Twitch popping off and you recording and like you trying to get to a place on this thing, like this is an unproductive hobby.
Unproductive.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like to have a productive hobby is very I think that's like
It's very
a super,
rewarding.
it's very rewarding. Yeah, it's very rewarding, and it's like it's like one of those superpower gems. It's one of those superpower gems,
Yeah.
that like to have your hobby be something that is like productive.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like you just shitting away time just because you bored and you have the means of doing the thing,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to be productive and pushing you forward the whole time. Like what you talking about is like your hobby is building equity.
Mm-hmm. And working on my cars, anything like that,
Yeah,
any type of
but
work,
I
getting
understand.
something done.
So this is my second question to that. So if your defense to downtime, mental downtime, anxiety, depression, stress, is physical relief as far as like, fixing something. What do you think that you'll be able to pull when you're not physically able to do the thing?
That's a thing that I can't answer. Hopefully, by that time, I have enough money to entertain myself with whatever I would want to do that I didn't have time to do or couldn't do when I was able to do those things.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be in a financial position at that time where then I can do other things that I couldn't do or get a toy or something that I couldn't, you know what I mean, that I can enjoy, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully that's what I have. But right now, honestly, anybody that really know me, that pay attention, uh, will tell you that when I get something done, I'm happy. When I get a, if I go in like today, I went in, I wanted to do them 3 doors. I didn't want to do them doors. I didn't want to do them, but I knew I would be happy if I got them done.
Mm. Yeah,
So
it's a box.
yeah,
And the thing is that like,
and I got them done.
so the thing is what I love about your the way that you do or the way that you think about it is like a lot of us don't have short term goals.
Mhm.
It's hard to create short term goals. And for you, with your hobby being what it is, it creates hella short term goals.
Hella short
So
term
you can
goals.
check boxes and see that's the thing about I think a lot of us as men, we get into those places of and I said this on the pod. I think that like the reason like men need a different therapy based than women do. They use the same thing for both sides, but I think that the two sides live a completely different life. And
Mhm.
I think that most of us as men, we get into those darker places because of unchecked boxes or boxes. We don't have boxes. Either you don't have boxes to check and you haven't prepped your mind to have boxes to check, or you feel like you can't check the boxes that are there. And so those things, or you know what I mean, it could be other things too, but like that is something that that really hinders our let's say happiness is boxes. It's always so many fucking boxes and like which one, you know what I mean? And these are still fucking unchecked. I should have checked these already. What the fuck? You know what I mean? It's easy to
Those are
get down
long
that
term goals
wormhole.
when you got them like that.
But when you have that many short term goals,
Yeah,
it makes it so that you can be okay with yourself and your progression over time because you're thinking about it so incrementally that like
you got your,
time is like you know what I mean. That
you
shit is
got that
super dope.
those little short term goals that you complete that takes the place of dwelling on all of this big stuff
Yeah,
that's coming in
and
time.
that's super dope. And shout out to SM. It's a great podcast. Lastly, Dave O. He said, accepting that life is inevitable helps me. Excuse me. Accepting that life is inevitable helps me deal with anxiety. I can see that. It's like the idea that like at the end of the day, I have to be here. So what else can I? You know what I mean? It's like the to me it almost feels like the cup half full. You know how they say like you can look at the cup, it's half empty or it's half full. You know what I mean? You can look at it either way. Both are a
Dave,
fact.
when Dave answer a question, he be done went so deep that it be layers to the shit.
Motherfucker, and that's why
It be
motherfuckers don't be
layers.
getting it. Motherfucker
It
that
be
sit there.
layers to the shit, and you have to sit back and take in
Yes, sir.
his answer because you know it's just not surface.
Yeah.
Even if it sounds surface, it ain't surface.
And that's the thing. Like a lot of people sit there, or I ain't gonna say a lot of people. People sit there and act like he don't be knowing what he or he did don't be knowing what he. No, you. Hey, this is the thing. Oh, now this is my shit. I'll be like, people be like, yeah, you think too much. I'll be like, well, are you underthinking or not? Are you underthinking or not, bro? I don't know what to tell you. You say, yeah, you too much.
Yeah.
No, nigga, are you underthinking or not? I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Yeah,
But shoot, man, this was a good show. We
yeah,
appreciate everybody that tapped in.
yeah.
Um,
We need to get a little bit more consistent with
yes,
our
yes,
shows
yes, yes.
so that you know what I mean. That
We won't
people
give it 2 weeks. We won't be 2 weeks no more. I'm trying to really figure out whether we're gonna do it every week or every other week.
we have to do it every other week because I do too much
And
work.
that's the thing. I think that, and me as well. I got a lot of stuff going on too. I do,
Mhm,
family and the other pod, and you know what I mean. So I'm
mhm.
thinking every other week will be more. Uh, it will. it would coordinate better with what my life is too.
And mine definitely, especially right now. I got a lot going on, you know.
Yeah. So again, we appreciate y'all tapping in. Love y'all. Oh shit. We got the To Be Fair show tomorrow, 4:30. And prayers up for Johnny's Pops. You know what I mean? Prayers up for Johnny's Pops. He may not be with us tomorrow on the show. And make sure y'all send a prayer up if you do believe. Send a prayer up for Johnny Pops. Make sure everything cool. Um, tune in To Be Fair show every Sunday at 4:30. Tune in to Unpack every Wednesday at 9:30. And we'll be here. We're gonna put it in stone every other Saturday at 8:30. I throw the post up every time.
Okay, and ladies, I know y'all used to me being sexy on here and everything. You know, I got my work clothes on, y'all. But you know,
Nigga
this
ain't
how
done
I
no
make the
work. That
money.
shirt clean in the
That
motherfucker. Ain't
this
done and bit of work.
that,
Just
that
wearing work clothes, just cause.
yeah, this shirt is what pays the bills. It is hating ass. Don't y'all hate when your children hate on you? You know what I mean? Uh, they can just say thank
All
you.
right, then close the show.
Okay,
Nigga.
all right, bro.
All
All
right,
right,
man. Love
love
you,
you,
man.
man. All right, thank
Hey,
y'all
yeah.
for tuning in.
Yeah. Peace out, family.